Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. What is going on in Oakland? That's right. There is crime and punishment going on in Oakland. So I have a few stories that I want to share with you about could you live in Oakland? What's going on in America? And how long can this last? Watch these few stories and tell me what you think about the chaos in Oakland. I know this country's going to pot, whether you like it or not, but I don't know how long this can stand. So watch these couple news stories and tell me what you think. I'm going to have a couple, a video series about what's going on in Oakland. So this intro might look familiar because I'm going to do it more than once. That's right. So what is going on in Oakland? You tell me. Let's go watch this video, and it's not good. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Oh, you know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.
We also begin in Oakland, where yet another restaurant chain is going to extreme lengths to keep staff and customers safe. Good evening. I'm Elizabeth Cook. Several Taco Bell locations in the city are now closing their dining rooms and switching to drive-through only. Our John Ramos looks into the problems prompting the change.
This Taco Bell on 35th Avenue in Oakland has been robbed 4 times since November. The owners of the franchise have decided that enough is enough. Plywood still covers the window from 3 weeks ago when robbers used a pickup truck and cable to steal a safe from the Taco Bell at 35th and MacArthur. Of the 4 robberies the store has endured in as many months, 2 of them occurred when the restaurant was open for business. Kimberly Garibe works at the Metro Wireless store across the street.
They just pull up out of nowhere, and it's not like it's only they're robbing the store, they rob everybody in there as well. So it's not as safe how it used to be. It's a lot of crime now.
With that in mind, the owner of the franchise, a company called Diversified Restaurant Group, has closed the dining rooms at all 4 of their Taco Bells in Oakland, including this one on a crime-ridden section of Hagenberger Road. That leaves a Taco Bell on Telegraph, owned by another company, as the only place people can eat indoors. And that restaurant has gone cashless to try to prevent robberies.
It's sad that it got to the point where they can't even allow people inside because they get robbed.
DRG wouldn't comment today, but Taco Bell Corporation issued a statement saying, quote, "The franchise owner and operator has informed us that they are consistently evaluating and working to ensure a safe environment by implementing procedures such as closing dining rooms and hiring security guards, and they have taken extra measures to meet with local law enforcement," end quote. Now, service is only provided through the drive-up window, which was a problem for a woman named Miss Joe, who doesn't own a car and had to ask a friend to drive her to get her lunch.
I don't think it's cool, you know. It's annoying, yeah.
So what do you feel about them closing the dining rooms and saying, yes, we're too afraid?
That's what they should be afraid, true, but I just feel bad for the patrons, you know what I'm saying.
But as annoying as it may be, most just see it as a sad reminder of how bad things have gotten in their town.
It breaks my heart.
Why?
Because I want somebody to protect the citizens.
You can't, enjoy your meal in the comfort of the place you bought your meal in. So it's like them closing it down due to, all the crime rates and everything. I don't know, honestly. It's just, what is this Oakland coming to? Everything is just getting worse. Things are closing down. It's just terrible.
It's not a new problem, but it is a problem that appears to be getting worse every day.
Well, at least for now, Taco Bell Corporation says there are no plans to shut any of the restaurants down completely. But Taco Bell isn't the only chain stopping indoor dining in Oakland. Last year, Raising Cane's near the Oakland airport closed its dining room. In-N-Out has also announced it's closing completely due to crime. Their last day is on March 24th.
And say they've spent months crying for help. They say homeless campers showed up in their parking lot and refused to leave. And up until now, they haven't felt a whole lot of cooperation from the city. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. For KT News at 6, I'm Deborah Knapp.
And I'm Steve Dunn. As you'll see in tonight's City in Crisis Finding Solutions report, it's a fight that has taken a huge toll. What would you think if you pulled into this restaurant hoping for lunch? Does it appear to be an inviting place to you? Graffiti covers the walls outside, and just wait until you get inside. You'll find a dining room closed off by a couple of tables. It's dark and empty. The owners say the problem rests 50 feet out their back door in their parking lot. Homeless tents stretching from one end of the lot to the other, and now business has taken a nosedive.
Some customers, they afraid. They said, we never come back. We're not safe here.
Owner Ron May and his wife Yan immigrated to Portland from China in the 1980s. They've owned this building, a former Elmer's, and the parking lot for 15 years. But in the last couple of months, they feel they've been terrorized. They say homeless campers have vandalized their building, breaking windows, setting fires, and stealing from them. They showed us this video of someone taking a candy machine from the lobby.
You know, they broke my window before I fixed, but now I can do nothing if I fix it broke.
The couple is worried about their safety. They don't let anyone eat in the dining room any longer. They can order takeout or sit in the bar only. They keep their door locked until they see a customer pull up.
When I come here, I had to clean up the needle.
Clean up the needles.
Too much.
They find drug needles and feces out their front door regularly.
Every day, every night, we had to walking outside, have look, reputation. Then we stay inside. We don't want to go outside.
The couple says they call the city's 311 almost daily, and they're told a report will be made. They say police have shown up with little results.
But police, sometimes they come, sometimes nobody come.
In the time we were here, we saw very few customers, and it was lunchtime. Some weren't even sure the place was open.
This place has been here for years. It's great food. It's the best Chinese food in the city of Portland. But the bad thing is the parking lot, the homeless, and it's bad for business.
So bad that Yan Mei would like to put the place on the market, though she realizes the challenges of that right now. So you'd like to sell this?
I need to sell it.
You want to sell it because of what's going on here? They tell me they're paying more than $30,000 a year in property taxes and getting little in return. They even hired a fencing company, hoping to erect a barrier around their business, but ran into a roadblock.
The fence company, they only do that side. The other side, by the sidewalk, the other side, the homeless people, they block the way. They can do nothing.
We found David Wakeman sitting on a picnic table in front of the restaurant. He said he lives under a nearby bridge. He feels for the restaurant owners and plans to talk to his homeless friends out back.
I think that, it could be, they could use their heads. There's other places, instead of putting it in a place of business, and disrespecting the business.
We reached out to the mayor's office, who told us that because the campers were on their private property, the Mays needed to call 911. On Tuesday, they did just that.
More than 30 people or 40 people.
The dispatcher told us they would send one, maybe more officers. We waited for more than an hour and nobody showed. All day, no police. But the next day, on Wednesday, that all changed. Several officers showed up along with city cleanup crews. By early afternoon, the campers were gone from the restaurant parking lot.
Now it's much better.
He has compassion for the homeless, hoping they find stable housing and assistance. Though plenty of trash was left behind, May tells me he's relieved that maybe he and his wife can sleep at night.
Today it's much better. Yeah, not like before. You look before it's terrible, but now looks much better.
It's going to help your business?
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
The story isn't as much about our assistance as it is about why it took the Mays so long to get the help they needed. A family that moved to America decades ago, searching for a better life, encountered more struggles as tax-paying business owners than they should have. Too many calls to 311, too many nights worrying about what their restaurant would look like the next morning. But on this day, it's about getting back to business, hoping their customers feel safe again and start focusing on the food that has kept them here on 82nd Avenue for so long. Now, the Mays are worried that the campers will come back. They plan to call the city again if that happens. We will stay on top of the story, which will include seeing if the homeless campers get the assistance they need. The mayor's office wants to remind you that if you're reporting a homeless camp on public property, call 311. If it's private property, like in this story, 911 is the place to call. And call me.
A brazen burglary caught on camera in West Oakland. The thieves literally ripping out an ATM from inside the store while it was open for business. Tonight, that damage has left the store yellow tagged and closed. NBC Bay Area's Valina Jones is talking to the business owner who believes it was targeted.
They tied the rope here and dragged it and split the door in half.
It took just 16 seconds. Security footage shows a man walking into Ideal Market in Oakland and seconds later ripping out the store's ATM. It happened around 10 p.m. Thursday night while the store was still open with an employee inside.
We have ATM as a convenience for the neighborhood, for the customers that come here. And it's just real sad that, this happened during the operating hours of our business. And it's just like there's no security, there's no safety.
Another video shows two people in a dark SUV drive onto the sidewalk on Market Street as a third person walks beside it and wraps a chain around the ATM. The driver then takes off, taking the ATM with it, causing major damage to the now yellow-tagged building. The family-owned business is managed by Roban Saeed. In 3 decades, he says they've never experienced anything like this. Saeed believes the theft was planned and targeted, noting the thieves avoided facing the cameras and the ATM had recently been refilled.
My thoughts is it's somebody that knows this neighborhood pretty well, because the way the angle they came out and stole the ATM, we thought it was in a strategic spot, but apparently not.
During the getaway, Saeed says the ATM also hit a parked car as the thieves were racing away. The whole incident is a major blow to the business, not only because of the damage done, but also because the owner now worries whether insurance will cover the cost.
The store, it pays all of our bills, PG&E water. I mean, we don't make that much cash off this place, but it just pays all the bills, which is enough to survive. That's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to get rich off this place.
With all the damage, the store is closed for now. Councilmember Carol Fife came here to talk to the business owner as well as see the damage for herself and says she's committed to getting justice.
I'm absolutely furious. This is a family-owned business trying to just make it in West Oakland.
Councilmember Fife says she's working to help the business recover and hold the thieves accountable once caught, but also says preventing more of these crimes in the future will take creativity.
We got to use technology in addition to environmental practices that we can put in place, because the human side of patrol, it's decreasing, right? And it's true for all across the country.
Anything, just more patrol, more security, anything for the city of Oakland is just getting out of hand.
In Oakland, Valina Jones, NBC Bay Area News.
Oakland, where a beloved donut shop has been once again hit by armed robbers. This is the third time Colonial Donuts has been targeted since June. Good evening. I'm Elizabeth Cook.
And I'm Ryan Yamamoto. This is surveillance video of the robbery that happened earlier this morning. It's an all too common occurrence for business owners in Oakland. And a recent survey of more than 100 business owners found 95% of them in Oakland had experienced crime impacting their business. More than half say they are considering closing or relocating. Dahlin spoke to the owner of Colonial Donuts about why the most recent robbery added insult to injury.
The donut shop owner tells me she's beyond frustrated. Robbed twice in less than 1 week and 3 times since June. She was asking me, how do you do business in Oakland anymore? Friday, 4:20 in the morning, as a worker was mopping the floor at Colonial Donuts on Lakeshore Avenue, 2 men with hoodies and masks walked in. A short time later, they hopped over the counter and went for the cash register. The frightened worker ran to the back. The robber threw the register to the floor repeatedly to try to break it open.
And the kicker is they leave with the cash register and take a donut. I mean, how am I supposed to feel as a business owner here in Oakland? It's infuriating.
The owner declined to show her face for safety reasons. On Sunday at 7 p.m., a man with a mask walked in. He said he had a gun and demanded cash from a worker. The worker complied. The owner says the robber grabbed at least $200 in cash and ran off. And there was another robbery back in June. The same family has run this donut shop since 1989.
And the violation, it makes you so angry. My family has been here for 40 plus years, and this is the worst that they've seen happen in Oakland. Like, what is going on, and when can we see some real changes?
Supporters rallied in front of the donut shop on Friday morning. At the rally, the general manager of Noah's New York Bagels, also on Lakeshore Avenue, says he was robbed twice this week at gunpoint.
On Tuesday, as I was going home, I parked right back here. As I'm getting to my car, these three guys with this black gun came up to me, knocked me down, took my bag. I had my iPad, my wallet, my credit cards.
The day before, on Monday morning, he says police did come after three men with guns robbed him in front of Wells Fargo Bank across the street from his shop. He had walked over to try to deposit about $1,000 in cash. After the two robberies, he now only accepts credit cards, no more cash.
The main priority now is to stop the crimes from occurring in the first place and conducting enforcement.
The Oakland police and Mayor Shangtao announced on Thursday the police have stepped up patrols in the overnight hours to prevent commercial burglaries and robberies. But critics want city leaders to declare a state of emergency.
These are all superficial responses to what's been ongoing. We need actual solutions that are sustainable.
If we declare Oakland a state of emergency, that's a large neon sign for people to not come here.
Councilwoman Carol Fife says the city is already getting help from the CHP and the Sheriff's Department, but many businesses like Colonial Donuts say it's not enough.
Us as business owners here in Oakland constantly pivoting, adjusting, and when is the city going to adjust for us?
This donut shop is open 24/7, but after 3 robberies in 6 months, they'll soon start to do window service only during the overnight hours.